Hi, this is Katie Mazzocco of FullSpectrumProductivity.com, the small business system strategist that helps you transform wasted time into dollar signs. Today's topic is how to organize notes from a conference. This strategy also applies to notes in a group coaching program or a mastermind program you may be in, or even a class you're taking. So what we're trying to alleviate is that chaos of searching for things when you want to reference material you've learned. People attend conferences to learn, to get better, to improve themselves and expand their horizons. But when the resources that we gain there and the knowledge that we gather is in our notes, sometimes our notes are just everywhere. So many people have notes in a notebook, but then they also took notes on handouts, and then there's also a folder or a conference binder, not to mention notes on their iPad or their iPhone or whatever their electronic device of choice may be. So the strategies I'm going to share with you are going to enable you to streamline and be intentional and strategic with your note-taking and the method of organizing your notes so that it doesn't become shelf help or pile help if it happens to mean a pile in your office. The first strategy is to create a strategy. Choose what type of notes you're going to take. Are you going to take electronic? Do you know that you're going to have handouts you can take notes in? Or are you going to bring your own notebook and that's going to just be your home base? So sometimes this is a little bit of trial and error, but it's important to be intentional ahead of time because it enables you to be more organized through the entire process, and therefore it's easier to support that system at home. Let me share with you an example of how I organize my notes, and I hope that it will help you. For the example, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience in organizing my notes as a student of the Client Attraction Business School, which I've been in for 4 years, so I have a lot of notes and a lot of resources. These are my actual physical notes that I have from the last 4 years, which is pretty condensed considering I go to 4 to 6 or 7 events per year with Client Attraction Business School. And I'm going to give you a little tour of how I organize each of them. This is a notebook that they actually provide for us. It's the second one I've received because I filled my first one. And I love that it's gorgeous because it inspires me to keep it systematic and organized. I love gorgeous things. And I also know at a glance that what's in here because it only serves the purpose of my business school notes. I don't write anything else in this notebook, this journal. So inside, I have created, if you can see here, these tabs did not come with the notebook. If I pull it off, they are the Post-it file tabs. So I'm able to write on them in thin Sharpie or pen, and I just date it with the event and then the date of that event, and all my notes go in there. So every time I go to a new event, I start a new tab. It's as easy as that. That way, if I remember when it was in my journey through the Client Attraction Business School, it's easier for me to reference things and I know that they're in one place. I don't take handwritten notes on anything except for in this journal because it makes it easy. This is another one of the places that I keep notes and resources from Client Attraction Business School. It's just a binder. It happens to have Fabienne's picture on it because it was given to me. But inside I use tabs, and I put in, actually from my original first couple of meetings, I hadn't picked up on the fact that I needed to be more systematic about my notes. We're all learning and evolving. So in here, there's a lot of notes that I took by hand that I just pulled out of wherever they were and put them in here. I also keep in here, we get lists of people who are attending and other sort of supporting things that aren't going to help me in my business, but are things that I want to remember, like what goals I had set, what goals I'd achieved before that meeting, and things like that. So I know that they're in here, and I have referenced them before, so it's great to have them in one place. Now, this binder I customized and created myself, and I love having a pretty cover on it because it inspires me to keep it organized. And inside this is the moneymaker. I have created categories. Fabienne and Derek in the Client Attraction Business School share a lot of handouts with us of things to model or resources on how to do something. That's what's housed in here. And I, over time, have broken them down into categories. So I encourage you, if you're in a coaching program or in a continuing learning class, create categories for things that you see forming in front of you, and that way it'll be easier to reference things. I personally have categories for foundational marketing things, mindset, planning and strategy, and then also non-Client Attraction Business School resources, things that are not proprietary to the Client Attraction Business School that were given to us as resources. This is my screenshot of my Client Attraction Business School folder on my Dropbox account, where I keep and store my Client Attraction Business School notes. So I mimic the categories that I have in my binders so that it's easy for me to find things by category. For some people, I do want to say, it might make sense to do things chronologically, or to, if you're just attending one conference, follow the order of the conference so you can reflect on whatever is an easy way for you to reflect on a piece of information. For me, with this example in particular, it's 4 years of knowledge. We learn different things at different times that relate to each other, and it just made more sense to almost create a core textbook for myself rather than try to remember what meeting did I go to where that happened, because I've been to over 20. So that's your strategy. Create a system around how you're going to take notes, be intentional with how you take them, be consistent, and then create categories that are easy to refer to later. Now I'd like to share with you on my website, I have a free gift just for you, how to transform your chaos into cash. And in that report, I share with you the 7 ninja steps to really getting a hold of the places you have overwhelming your business and transforming them into systems that give you huge return on investment and enable you to leverage not only your team, your time, but increase your income and impact in the world, which is what we're all here to do. This has been Katie Mazzocco of FullSpectrumProductivity.com. I hope you have a beautiful week. Keep thriving. Bye.